Uncle Sam's not getting that. In fact, that's the reason there is a tax advantage there, is because they're in the game because that is what they want for the American people. They want you to be rehabilitating properties for people to live in, for people to rent, and they're giving you a tax advantage to do so. So,
absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. And, you know, for those of you that are watching right now, I really want to encourage you, you know, you've been watching me on the sideline, thinking about it, praying about it, talking about it. I really want to encourage you to take action right now. We have a phenomenal community of people, people like Jeremy that's, you know, great with getting the lending done. And then we've got credit strategists to help you get your credit together, title companies, contractors, everything that you're going to need from beginning to end, because mentorship is important. Relationships are very important. And then the lenders, even developing a relationship with the lender. A lot of times you go back to the same lender over and over again. Jeremy, I like working with you because you're fast. So, you know, a lot of times when we find these deals and they're really good deals, Shanita, they're like, you know, every seller wants to close yesterday. Right. And so if you're not using cash, which I don't really recommend you use your own cash, I think you need to use credit, then you're going to need to have a Jeremy in your back pocket that you can call and say, okay, you know, I got this deal and the credit is all together. How quickly can you get approved? So Jeremy, when I send a client over to you, for the most part, I would say you're getting them approved within 24 hours.
Absolutely. We know right away if we can do the deal or not. Now, time to close from there is probably 10 to 14 days, and that's pretty normal. And to be honest, that's not that far behind a cash deal, if you will. And for me, like I also don't recommend you using your own cash for another reason, because now if you've got a lender involved, you've got 2 or 3 other sets of eyeballs on this deal to make sure, like, hey, you're going to make money here, right? There is a spread to be made, and that's why the lender's going to have your back. The lender's going to see it through. So it's not like you're going cowboy and you're able to get it and thinking that the ARV is something that it's not. You have the lender in your back pocket. They're also verifying the deal, giving you another set of eyeballs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So you get, so talk about some of the things that you need from every person.
Yeah, easy stuff. I mean, we're looking for a FICO, and over 700 is what we're looking for. And that's really all we need from the personal side. We'll need your date of birth, social security number to verify that. But besides that, it's a soft pull, no worries there. But then we're going to write to the business, and that is ideal in my situation because, you know, if I've got 40 rentals and I go to buy a truck at the Ford dealership, they're going to ask about my 40 rentals, right? If they're showing up on my credit report. And in my experience, they're not, right? Because I write them all to my business. And if I don't want someone to know I have 40 rentals, I don't tell them I have 40 rentals, right? And they don't ask about the insurance on those, the leases on those, everything behind that. So, and it just becomes another egg you don't want to crack, if you will. Yeah, that being said, like, we're writing against the business. We're going to need the operating agreement, the articles of incorporation, the EIN, and a voided check. And then a scope of work, and we're out the door. That's all we need.
Yeah, and I think on average we're getting them done in about 3 weeks.
Sooner than that, yeah. I would say like that would be a long one for a fix and flip. DSCRs, if we're doing a debt service coverage ratio, like on a primary rental, we could get those done in probably 3 weeks, something like that. But I would say 2 weeks would be like the longest for the fix and flips. And as you're seeing on the front end, you know, hey, we're able to truncate this a little bit if we can get someone in for a virtual inspection and speed these things up a little bit.
Yeah, that's good. With your holds, single family, multifamilies, what's your portfolio look like?
Yeah. So of the 40, I would say probably 10 or 12 are short-term rentals, and then the rest are all long-terms. We've got a 5-unit, we've got 2 4-units, and I think 2 2-units, and the rest are all single families.
Nice. Which one are your favorites, multis or singles?
I don't know. The 4s that I have are crushing, the 4s and 5s. They're not always like that though. And to be honest,
how many bedrooms are they?
They're not the biggest, right? And it's a good mix. It's a good mix between them. I've got for instance, I've got a 5-unit that's got a 3 2 2s and 2 1s, but it clears like 6 a month, right? So it does pretty well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's out here in Ypsilanti, so it's a little bit different than the Detroit game for sure. But of Detroit, yeah, I love it. I mean, some of them you'll get into a duplex and you'll see like, hey, it's 2 bedrooms or 2 and a 1, and it's just not going to clear the same that some of these duplexes I know that you're targeting, Joel, that are like 2 3 bedroom units. Oh, that's going to crush. That's going to do really well. And that's just different. You got to know what you're in for. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a 6 1 and 1, but it clears 4.
See?
Yeah.
For a 2 unit, right? So,
but I think this is where the price is important. Go ahead.
100%. The price is what's key, right? And that's where hey, how can we service this debt service, right? Like this this payment we have here. So
No, that's really important. And I think well, I see you do some. I see you approve some people in the 600s too.
It'll happen. It'll happen
right now.
One couple. I don't want to overspeak, and I try to
be conservative.
I try to be conservative. We have more than one lender, right? And we can pivot to a few different ways to get the deal done. So if there's anything holding you back, don't stop. We've got ways. We got ways to get the deal done. Yeah,
for sure. That one unit that I asked you about, that's been slow. We still haven't gotten any feedback from them, have we?
Which one? So sorry.
The commercial on 3rd.
Oh, the 8 unit. I had to pivot again to another lender. These guys are out in the new one is out in Miami. I'm trying to. Some of these folks don't want to touch an 8 unit in Detroit because the per capita cost is so low. The per unit cost is low. That's why I touch it.
For now.
I mean, and that's not saying that's not a good deal. That's just saying that doesn't fit their buy box because they can't get that loan out high enough, and that's their bag, and that's why I'm trying to find somebody else.
Do we think they're going to be able to do it, or we have no clue yet?
I do. I think they'll be able to do it. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, this is the thing about investing. If one house doesn't work, another house will. If one duplex doesn't work, another one will. If one lender doesn't work, another one will. And that's what you have to have. You have to have a community of people that at the end of the day, let's just get it done. Let's not keep talking about, what's not working, what is going to work. And that's exactly what you're going to get here at Setify. And I really want to encourage you guys, join the community. It's just $59 a month. You're going to get 2 Zooms a month. Or some of you want the bigger package because you're like, hey, I'm really ready for you to hold my hand with the buy and flip or the buy and hold. Or we also have a multifamily package as well. So the key, though, with starting in real estate is to start. You can't just forever talk about what you're about to do. Is to start. Jeremy, a lot of investors, what are the demographics that you work with? Are most of them men?
I would say so. Aside from what Jewel gives to me, Jewel tends to give me a lot of females. But besides that, I would say more often than not, it does end up being a lot of male-driven atmosphere.
And I would say probably the majority, not necessarily Black men either, but probably every demographic, white, Hispanic.
It is. It's every demographic you can think of. Yep.
Yeah. And so I'm very passionate about this because I want people of color, especially women. I love everyone, but I want to see more of us in this. And just from your standpoint, Jeremy, why do you think you don't see more women?